Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number SP1059. This is a 5/16 by 18 half-inch double cone head machine screw. This is a mounting bolt that is used on Rockwood HD type mounts. And HD means there's non-HD, then there's HD, and then there's XHD. Quarter inch, quarter 20, the non-HD. The HDs are 5/16 18, which is where this comes into play. The XHD is the 3/8 16 size. So this would be considered an upgrade. This is a double cone head bolt and would be typical for what would be called a concealed mount, where you would drill and tap into a surface, most likely, or you might use a riv nut, or you might use a knife thread type female insert that would go into the wood door, and you would thread this SP1059 into it. They say half inch because that's the length of the threaded component to this. This has an overall length of about 1.5 inches or so. Allen drive that's here. 2 cone heads, and what that means is this will take 2 set screws. That would certainly be considered a more robust method of installation compared to 1 set screw. However, surface concealed, you're certainly going to want to be sure that you're drilling and tapping into adequate reinforcement. And you would use this when you can't through bolt the pull handle to the door, meaning you don't want to see the head of the bolt on the other side of the door. You want it concealed, number one. Number two, you may not be able to drill through the door. You might have an exit device or some sort of concealed hardware where running a bolt through the door is going to conflict with that concealed hardware. So those are the 2 reasons you would use this. This would be likely used on the Type 17 HD type mount, and let's switch to the screen view now and let's take a closer look at the supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. There's a photograph of the item. This is indeed used for a Type 17 HD, and what that means, we have a product catalog here. Let's take a look at that. This shows the different mount types, the different bolts for the related products. SP1059 is the 5/16 18 version of the SP1051, which is the double cone head for quarter 20. They don't have an XHD mount for that. 3/8 is not available in this. There is a chart that we have here of the other bolts. I had mentioned the riv nut. They call it a quarter 20 jack nut. Well, they don't have that jack nut for a 5/16, but we have a riv nut for this. So let's take a look. At the Rockwood riv nut. And here it is, a 6RHD. 6RHD. This would be the riv nut that you would use for this Type 17. That's if you're going to put this into a piece of steel or aluminum and you don't have adequate reinforcement inside the door, so you're going to use this collapsible riv nut. It's like the jack nut that's mentioned in the table here, but we have it for a 5/16. It's called a riv nut, along with the knife thread insert as well. Okay. Now below this table we have the Rockwood Mounting Kit's Parts Master Table. That's really handy because it will show you all of the bolts that you could use for all the different mount types. Well, that's handy, but you sometimes need to know, well, what are the different mount types? Well, there's a link below that video as well, below that table as well. And that document is going to look like this. It will show you all the different mount types. It's 4 pages. And you can scroll through and look at all of the different types. We've got the Type 17 here, surface concealed metal door. The HD is what specifically the SP1059 would be working with. And then we have the rest of the document showing additional mounts. You could also use that for a Type 6 HD, which would be the SP1059 along with that riv nut that we mentioned earlier. Actually, no, that's incorrect. It would be a Type 17 HDR, which I don't even think actually exists. I think I just made that up. Yeah, I did. But that's okay, because you can do it. Type 17. Yeah, here, oh no, here it is. I didn't make it up. Type 17RHD is what it is. Riv nut with the SP1059. Now the set screws, you've got to buy those separately. Once upon a time, they seem to come packaged with the product. And here's the standard set screw, the SP1026 would be that. You would need 2 of them for this model is what you'd end up needing. So SP1026. And when that comes up, you'll see the set screw here. So if you're putting this together, that's how you'd go about doing it. Also in that link, the SP1059, here, the kit's master table, they give you all the bolts, but there is a link below this video, as seen here, to the manufacturer's page within our site. And when you click on that, the manufacturer's page will load. Well, there's this document here, Mounting Kit Parts Master Table. This is 20 pages of all mounting types from Rockwood. And what they'll show down in the back of the book, Kit 17 HD, you could order just the Kit 17 HD, and that's going to give you the 2 each double cone head bolts with the 4 set screw. What it won't, they don't have a Kit 17 RHD listed here, so you'd have to pick up those riv nuts separately, but that would just be Rockwood riv nut for the 5/16, and that would get you everything that you need. So you can order it as a complete kit when a complete kit is available, and there would be for a 17 HD. Okay, so you could do it that way, or you could buy it by just the components as well. And if you understand what goes into making the mounting happen of a particular pole, then you can indeed order the individual components once you know what the part numbers are for those components, which would be this document here. On that link to the manufacturer's page, you can pull up all of the Rockwood products that we sell as well by means of that horizontal navigation, a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full line catalog. This would be their core product line. Their architectural door pull catalog is also here as well. That might be worth a look because it's 116 pages of all things pull handle related. In fact, some might consider it far too many choices to look at. Wood, rubber, architectural metal, leather, aluminum, lots of fun choices here. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, now, if you have any questions on the SP1059, please feel free to reach out to us. We can usually help with, we can certainly help with all of the bolts that you'll bump into when it comes to Rockwood. And we can generally identify other manufacturers' mounting bolts as well. Examples of that would be Elms. They're a Japanese manufacturer of poles. You look at those bolts long enough and you can start to figure out whose bolt is made by who. Ives, Hiawatha, Trimco, Burns, of course, would be another one. So reach out to us. We can generally help. I know that people have used this in other people's poles other than Rockwood. No one's called back to say it didn't work. I would be very tempted to say that you'd probably get pretty good results out of it. But the first thing you want to do is try to determine whose bolt it is you have. C.R. Lawrence would be another one as well. Any questions on the SP1059 bolt, Type 17 concealed mount 5/16, 18 thread type, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.